Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube station, and we are going to continue our 1977 Retro Replay series with Game 2 between the New York Mets and the Los Angeles Dodgers. If you didn't catch Game 1 and Tom Seaver, it was a thriller. I suggest you can go back and watch it. It was a fun game. So, Game 2 will pit the Mets, who are now 9 wins and 11 losses, trying to climb back to 500, against the Los Angeles Dodgers, who are now 14 wins and 9 losses. Pitching for the Mets, Jon Matlack. He's made 3 starts on the year, 1 win and 2 losses, earned run average of 4.35. He'll be opposed by Tommy John for the Dodgers. John's made 4 starts on the year, 3 wins, 1 loss, and an earned run average of 3.62. It's 72 degrees in LA. Wind speed 19 miles per hour, right to left. Might be a little difficult hitting the ball out today. Let's go to the starting lineups. Leading off for the New York Mets, Randall at third base, the switch hitter. Batting second, playing second, the right-handed batting Felix Millan. Batting third, right field, right-hand batting Vail. Doing the catching, Crody, another right-handed batter. Batting fourth, batting fifth, Lee Mazzilli in center field. Batting sixth, playing left field, Dave King Kong Kingman. Batting seventh, the first baseman, John Milner. Batting eighth, the shortstop Phillips. And batting ninth, doing the pitching for the Mets, Jon Matlack. For the Dodgers, they'll have Davey Lopes leading off, playing second base. Batting second, Bill Russell, the shortstop. Batting third, the switch-hitting Reggie Smith, right fielder. Batting fourth, Ron Cey, playing third base, the Penguin. Batting fifth, Steve Garvey, playing first base. Batting sixth, playing center field, Rick Monday. Batting seventh, playing left field, Dusty Baker. Batting eighth and doing the catching, Steve Yeager. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Tommy John. As they say, let's play ball. John's on the mound. Tommy John in 1977, in actuality, went 20 wins, 7 losses. Earned run average at 2.78, batting average against 267. Doing the catching, Steve Yeager, very good defensive catcher. Dodgers have an excellent infield defensively. Cey at third, Russell at short, Lopes at second, and Garvey at first. In the outfield, you have Dusty Baker in left. Good range, very poor arm. In center field, Rick Monday, he struggles. If you hit the ball at him, he'll catch it. But other than that, not the best defensive outfield. And in right field, the aging Reggie Smith. His range is diminished at this age, but his arm's still there. So Lenny Randall leads it off for the Mets, and I'll be managing the Mets. Randall on the retro replay is batting .391. No home runs, 1 RBI. In actuality, Randall hit .304, 5 home runs and 27 RBIs for the Mets in 1977. So, Tommy John throws a lot of strikes. Randall, the switch hitter, will be batting righty. The windup and the pitch by John. Randall singles into left field. A leadoff single for the Mets. Lenny Randall, 9 out of 10 speed. Very good base runner. Felix Millan steps to the plate. Millan's hitting .243 on this retro replay. No home runs, 7 RBIs. Excellent hit and run man, 10 out of 10. And seeing that how Tommy John throws strikes, I think we're going to play a little hit and run ball here. Here's the pitch to Millan. Millan in 1977 hit .248, 2 home runs and 21 RBIs. Millan rips that ball to John, who makes a nice play, throws to Garvey, but Randall was in motion. He gets to second base. So John robbed Millan of a hit up the middle. Good defense by Tommy John. And that will bring up for the Mets Mike Vail. Vail on the retro replay is hitting .320, 2 home runs and 6 RBIs. Vail crushes left-handed pitching in 77 for an average of 351. Not so good against righties, so that number you see in the retro replay is predominantly against left-handed pitching. In actuality, Vail hit 262, 8 home runs, and 35 RBIs. Randall in scoring position. Yeager goes through the signs, the windup and the pitch to Vail. And Vail lines a one-hopper to Say, who goes over to Garvey for out number 2. Randall stays at second base, so it's 2 outs. It's up to Jerry Grody, the catcher. Grody hitting 286 in the retro replay. Again, predominantly against left-handed pitching. No home runs, 2 RBIs. Grody in 1977 hit lefties at a 327 clip. In actuality for the year, he batted 270 overall, no home runs and 7 RBIs, limited playing time. Not too limited, 115 at-bats. Alright. Here's the pitch to Grody, 2 outs, Randall at second. And Grody bloops one into Smith in right field, scoring from second. Randall, the Mets take the lead, 1-0, clutch hit by Jerry Grody. Lee Mazzilli steps to the plate, switch hitting center fielder for the Mets. Mazzilli struggling on the year, only batting 195, 1 home run, 2 RBIs. Doesn't hit very well against lefties, but we really don't have much of a choice but to play him. He's our best defensive outfielder, and he made 2 spectacular catches in yesterday's game in the 9th inning. 1977, Mazzilli for the year hit 250, 6 home runs, 46 RBIs. Grody at first, 2 outs. Mazzilli at the plate, 1-0 Mets. Yeager goes through the sides. Here's the pitch by John. And Mazzilli rips one off the wall. And we're going to send Grody. He's got a 62% chance of being safe. And we're going to send Mazzilli to third. Here's a throw to plate. Grody's safe. 2-0 Mets. Mazzilli doubles and advances on the throw to the plate. Just barely missed a home run out to right field. High off that wall. Dave Kingman steps to the plate for the Mets. Calm. Kingman will be traded, I believe, 4 times this year. And that's 4 or 5 times. I had to look that up because I was like, how come he only had, when you look at his home run totals for the year, he only had 9 home runs and 28 RBIs. And I'm like, I don't remember Kingman being hurt. But yeah, he was traded, I think, 4 or 5 times. It's a record for a player being traded in 1 year. Kingman on the retro replays hitting 244, 1 home run, and 4 RBIs. In actuality, Kingman hit for the Mets 209, 9 home runs, and 28 RBIs. And he, against left-handed pitching, he struggled 180. But Tommy John gives up a 280 batting average against righties, so we inserted Kingman into the lineup. Mazzilli at third, 2 outs, 2-0 Mets. The windup and the pitch to Kingman. And Kingman works a walk. Wow. That's unexpected. So first and third, Tommy John is struggling in this first inning. John Miller steps to the plate. The Mets first baseman's hitting 212, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. In actuality, Milner hit 255, 12 homers, and 57 RBIs. First and third, 2 outs. The windup and the pitch to Milner. And Milner singles up the middle. 3-0 Mets. Kingman advances to third. They are getting to Tommy John early and often here. Mike Phillips steps to the plate. Mets shortstop's hitting .091 on the year. No homers, 1 RBI. He's inserted into the lineup because, in actuality, he hit 400 off left-handed pitching. For the total year, he only batted .209, 1 home run, and 3 RBIs in 86 at-bats. First and third, 2 outs, 3-0 Mets. John gets the sign from Yeager, the windup and the pitch to Phillips. And Phillips grounds it to Russell, who comes across the bag and throws to Garvey to end the inning. But the Mets score 3. We go to the bottom of the first. Dodgers coming to bat, down 3 runs. Davey Lopes steps to the plate. Lopes hitting 300 on the retro replay. Hello, Max Cornelius in the chat. How are you, my friend? Hope all is well. Lopes batting 300 in the retro replay. 3 home runs, 12 RBIs. In actuality, Lopes hit 283, 11 homers, 53 RBIs. And off left-handed pitching, 352. So on the mound for the Mets, you have Jon Matlack, who in 1977 went 7 wins, 15 losses, ERA of 4.21, batting average against 2.73. Matlack struck out 123, walked 43. Doing the catching, Jerry Grody, below average catcher at this age, but a good arm, 6 out of 10. Mets infield is not so good. Randall, an average third baseman. Phillips, a porous shortstop. Mian, the best fielder of the lot, 7 out of 10, solid fielder. And Milner, below average at first. In the outfield, Dave King Kong Kingman, 4 out of 10, arm of 4. Mazzilli, the best outfielder, the center fielder, 6 out of 10 for both defense and arm. And actually, I'm wrong. Vail, I forgot. Mike Vail's a very good right fielder. 7 out of 10 for defense and 8 out of 10 for arm. So their defense in the outfield is a little better. I'm doing good, Max Cornelius. Thank you for asking. So Davey Lopes to lead off. And the windup and the pitch by Matlack. And we're going to go pitch-by-pitch mode here. Ball 1, Matlack misses with that offering. He sets and delivers. That's a bunt! Do they get him? Yes! Nice play. Grody quickly jumped on that ball and went to Milner. So Lopes tried to get a bunt base hit there as the Mets infield was just playing normal. So 1 down, and now Bill Russell, the Dodgers shortstop, comes to the plate. Russell hitting 287, 1 home run and 12 RBIs on this retro replay. Actuality, 278, 4 homers and 51 RBIs. The windup and the pitch by Matlack. That's grounded to Phillips, over to Milner. 2 up, 2 down. Reggie Smith steps to the plate. Smith, the Dodgers right fielder, switch hitter, will be batting righty off the left-handed pitching Matlack. Smith on the retro replay has started off fast. 353, 4 home runs and 15 RBIs. Had a good year in actuality. 307, 32 homers and 87 ribbies. 2 outs, no one on. The windup and the pitch to Reggie Smith. And Matlack strikes him out. So 3 up, 3 down. We go to the top of the second. 3-0 Mets. Leading off is Jon Matlack, the pitcher. Matlack has not gotten a hit so far. Lefty-lefty matchup here. He'll be taking. The pitch by Jon. Strike 1, Matlack to take again. Strike 2, Matlack to swing away. Strike 3, Matlack to go sit down on the bench. So 1 out, and Lenny Randall steps to the plate. Randall 1 for 1. He singled in the first inning and scored. Yeager flashes the sign. Jon nods his head. Here's the pitch to Randall. And Randall grounds it to Garvey, who goes to the bag himself. 2 up, 2 down. Felix Mian steps to the plate. Mian's 0 for 1, but we had the hit and run on with Randall at first in the first inning, which kept us out of the double play. Jon robbed Mian of a hit as Mian smashed the ball up the middle. So 2 outs, no one on. The windup and the pitch to Felix Mian. And Mian works a walk. And I'll bring up Mike Vail, who crushes left-handed pitching. Vail is definitely a home run threat here. 0 for 1 today. 2 outs, runner at first. The windup and the pitch to Vail. And Vail grounds it to Say, who goes to Lopes. Inning over. They force out Mian at second. We go to the bottom of the second. Mets leading the Dodgers 3-0. 2 up. Say, Garvey, and Monday. Ron Say, the Penguin, steps to the plate. The third baseman's batting .247 on this retro replay. 5 home runs and 15 RBI. In actuality, Say batted .241, 30 homers and 110 RBIs in 1977. And he batted .263 off left-handed pitching. The windup and the pitch by Matlack. And that ball is ripped to Kingman, who makes the catch in left field. So 1 out, Steve Garvey steps to the plate. Garvey batting .261, 5 home runs, 14 ribbies in the retro replay. In actuality, in 77, Garvey had a fine year. .297, 33 homers, 150 runs batted in. Garvey only hit .259 off left-handed pitching in 77. Grote goes through the signs. Matlack sets and delivers to Garvey. Garvey grounds it to Phillips, over to Milner. 2 up, 2 down. 3-0 Mets, bottom of the second. Rick Monday steps to the plate. Monday struck out 3 times in yesterday's game against the Mets. And currently hitting in the retro replay, .235, 5 home runs, 13 RBIs. In 1977, Monday actually hit .230 for the year, 15 home runs, and 48 RBIs. Struggled against left-handed pitching. Matlack sets and delivers. And he strikes him out, inning over. We go to the top of the third. Mets 3, Dodgers nothing. Leading off for the Mets, Jerry Grote, 1 for 1. Grote singled, scoring Randall in the first inning. He got an RBI. The windup and the pitch by John. And Grote grounds it to Russell, over to Garvey. 1 out. No! Bad throw on Russell. And they say Garvey trapped the ball. He did not have control of it, so an E6. Mets get an opportunity here. Grote should be out, but he's on base. He's not a threat to run. Lee Mazzilli steps to the plate. Mazzilli 1 for 1. Mazzilli doubled in a run and advanced to third on the throw home. Mazzilli's 5 out of 10 for a hit and run. We're going to play hit and run ball here. Here's the pitch by John. Mazzilli pops it up. Yeager goes back, but cannot make the catch. It goes to the backstop. So no balls, 2 strikes. Mazzilli hit and run again. He swings and he sends that ball. Oh, what a catch by Monday, who quickly fires back to first, doubling up Grote. So Mazzilli hit it hard. Monday came in on the line drive and quickly released accurately to Garvey, doubling up Grote at first. Wow. So 2 outs, no one on. Dave Kingman steps to the plate. Kingman walked his first time up. The windup and the pitch to Kong. And Kingman singles into right. So a 2-out single. How big is that catch Monday made now and doubling up Grote at first? Mazzilli again hit the ball hard. I thought we were going to have something going with that hit and run, but Monday made a nice running catch coming in on it and quickly threw to first, doubling up Grote. So 2 outs, Kingman with a single. Brings up John Milner. He's 1 for 1. Milner singled and got an RBI when Mazzilli scored on his single in the first inning. The windup and the pitch to Milner. And Milner strikes out to end the inning. The Mets threaten but do not score. We go to the bottom of the third, 3-0 Mets. 2 up for the Dodgers. Baker, Yeager, and John. Dusty Baker comes to the plate, hitting .241 in this retro replay, 4 home runs, 8 RBIs. In actuality, Baker hit .291 on the year, 30 home runs, and 86 RBIs. Just a fabulous team the Dodgers put together in 77. Again, the Dodgers would go on to the World Series in 1977 and lose to the New York Yankees. Matlack sets and delivers to Baker. Baker grounds to Randall and guns him out at first. So 1 out, Steve Yeager comes to the plate. Dodger catcher hitting .235 on the retro replay. 3 home runs, 17 RBIs. In actuality, Yeager hit .256, 16 home runs, and 55 RBIs. Grote goes through the signs. Matlack nods his head. The windup and the pitch to Yeager. And that's Rictus Phillips who makes the catch at short. So 2 outs. The pitcher, Tommy John, steps to the plate. John batting .200. John throws left but bats right. Matlack sets and delivers to John, looking to go 3 up and 3 down here. Grounded to Mian, over to Milner, and that's just what the Mets do. We go to the top of the fourth. Mets 3, Dodgers nothing. Leading off for the Mets, There's shortstop Mike Phillips, 0 for 1 today. Lefty-lefty matchup. Phillips hit 400 off left-handed pitching in limited at-bats in 1977, though he's struggling in the retro replay, as you can see, only hitting .087. The windup and the pitch to Phillips. And Phillips strikes out. So, 1 out, no one on. The pitcher John Matlack steps to the plate. Matlack has not had a hit this year. The windup and the pitch by John. And Matlack strikes up. So 2 up, 2 Ks at the bottom of the order. And now Lenny Randle, the top of the order, comes to plate. 1 for 2, Randle. Randle singled and scored in the first, grounded out in the second. The windup and the pitch to Lenny Randle. And Randle singles to left for a second hit. Randle's now 2 for 3. Felix Millan steps to the plate. Millan 0 for 1. Grounded to the pitcher in the first, walked in the second. Garvey holding Randle on. John gets the sign. He sets and delivers. And Millan singles in the left center. Randle goes first to third. Mets in business here with 2 outs. And they'll bring up Mike Vail. Vail 0 for 2. Definitely a power threat against left-handed pitching. Mets would love to tack on some more runs here. John struggled so far. The windup and the pitch to Vail. Runners at first and third, 2 outs. And Vail grounds that ball up the middle. Russell comes across the bag from short and throws the Garvey inning over. Mets threaten but do not score. We go to the bottom of the fourth, 3-0 Mets. 2 up for the Dodgers. Lopes, Russell, and Smith. Top of the order. Davey Lopes 0 for 1 today. Matlack gets the sign from Grody. He sets and delivers to Lopes. Lopes singles into left field. A leadoff single. Lopes definitely, because Matlack's a lefty, Lopes' stealing percentage yesterday was practically automatic against the right-handed throwing Tom Seaver. It's only 38%. Speed 9 out of 10. Very dangerous base runner. Milner will be holding him on. Matlack with the pickoff. Lopes gets back. So Russell, 6 out of 10 bunter, but we're going to play normal. Russell's 0 for 1. Matlack looking to get a double play ball here, 2 for 1. The windup and the pitch to Russell. Grounded foul. The count now goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Matlack throws over to first, Lopes back. And now on the 1-2 count, you can see as the fans boo for Matlack throwing over. Lopes' number goes up to 70% chance of stealing. Here's a pitch out, and they nailed him! Yes! So Lopes went, the Mets pitch out, and Grody throws a strike down to Phillips, who puts the tag on him. Great throw by Jerry Grody. So 1 out. Russell now it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. The windup and the pitch by Matlack. And he strikes him out! So there are 2 outs now. Base is empty for the right fielder, Reggie Smith. He's 0 for 1. Grody goes through the signs. Matlack sets and delivers. And he walks Smith. So Smith walked on the 3-1 count. He didn't chase that ball low and away. Ron Cey, the Penguin, comes to plate. The Dodger third baseman 0 for 1 today. Smith's at first. 5 out of 10 base runner. Not really a threat to steal here. Milner is holding him on with 2 outs. The windup and the pitch to Cey. That's grounded to Randle, who throws to Milner. Out number 3. We go to the top of the 5th. The Mets still leading the Dodgers 3-0. We have Max Cornelius in the chat. He says, nice. I think he's saying that about the pitch out we call. So Jerry Grody steps to the plate, 1 for 2. Grody singled in the first with an RBI and grounded to short in the third. John's up to 84 pitches. He's good for 125. Bless you. Bless you. Here's the pitch to Grote. And Grote grounds it to Lopes over to Garvey for the first out of the inning. Dodgers fans applaud that effort there. Lee Mazzilli steps to the plate. Mazzilli 1 for 2. Doubled with an RBI in the first and line to center, which doubled up Grote on the hit and run. Yeager flashes the sign. John nods his head. The windup and the pitch to Lee Mazzilli. And Mazzilli strikes out. Yeager drops the ball but picks it up and throws to Garvey to complete the play. So 2 up, 2 down. Dave Kingman steps to the plate. Kingman's walked and singled. Kong would love to take John deep here. No one on. 2 outs. The windup and the pitch to King Kong Dave Kingman. And Kingman rips that ball to third base, and the Penguin makes the catch to end the inning. Nice play by Ron Cey. Bottom of the 5th, due up for the Dodgers. Garvey, Monday, and Baker to face John Matlack, who's been cruising along so far. Garvey's 0 for 1 today. Grote goes through the signs. Matlack nods, sets, and delivers to Garvey. Garvey sends that ball out to Kingman and left, and Kingman makes an outstanding play, coming in and diving for the ball, outstretched, robbing Garvey of a hit. Nice play by Kong in left field. 1 out, and Rick Monday steps to the plate. Dodgers center fielder, 0 for 1 today. Matlack sets and delivers to Monday. Strikes him out. So 2 up, 2 down. Dusty Baker comes to the plate. Dodger left fielder 0 for 1. Baker had 2 doubles off Severs yesterday, just barely missing having 2 home runs. 2 outs, no one on, 3-0 Mets. The windup and the pitch to Baker. And Baker walks, so a 2-out walk keeps the inning alive. Steve Yeager, Dodgers catcher, comes to the plate. Yeager's 0 for 1. The Dodgers fans trying to rev up their hometown team. Here's the pitch to Yeager. That's either a wild pitch or a... Oh, no! It is... The home plate ump calls a balk. Wow, that's a rarity. So Matlack balks, moving Baker over to second. He's now in scoring position for Yeager. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Baker at second. Let's do it again. Matlack sets and delivers to Yeager. And he strikes him out, so the balk doesn't matter. We go to the top of the 6th. Mets leading the Dodgers 3-0. 2 up for the Mets. Milner, Phillips, and Matlack. John Milner 1 for 2 today. Singled in the 4th with an RBI. And struck out in the 3rd. Tommy John's now up to 101 pitches. He's struggled so far. Mets could have a lot more runs. They only have those 3 that they got in the first inning. John sets and delivers to Milner. Milner sends that ball back up the middle. John fields it and throws to Garvey. 1 out. Mike Phillips steps to the plate. His struggles continue in this retro replay. 0 for 2 today. The windup and the pitch to Phillips. And Phillips pops it up in foul territory. Garvey goes over and makes the catch. So there's 2 outs, and John Matlack comes to the plate, the Mets pitcher, looking to get his first hit of the year. John delivers, Matlack to take. Ball 1, Matlack to take again. 1 ball, 1 strike. Matlack will swing away. The windup and the pitch. Matlack grounds it to Lopes, who makes a nice play in the hole. Throws the Garvey, inning over. 3 up, 3 down. Bottom of the 6th, Mets lead 3-0. 2 up for the Dodgers. John, Lopes, and Russell. Tommy John's 0 for 1 today. I'm wondering if they'll go to a pinch hitter. We'll find out when I click pitch. The windup and the pitch by Matlack. And they do. They go to Lee Lacy. So the Dodgers go to their bench. Lee Lacy will come in. Lee Lacy was a pretty good pinch hitter, I remember as a kid. Lacy's only hitting 200 in the retro replay, 1 home run, and 1 RBI. In actuality, Lacy hit 266, 6 home runs and 21 RBIs in 169 plate appearances, or at-bats. But Lacy only hit 196 off left-handed pitching, so that's curious why they would bring him in. So Lacy will try to get on. Here's the pitch by Matlack. That ball goes deep, and Vail runs it down on the warning track and makes the catch for out number 1. Lacy gave it a ride, but not good enough. So 1 out, Davey Lopes comes to the plate, 1 for 2. Lopes bunted to the catcher who threw him out and then singled in the 4th. Matlack wants to work quickly. He sets and delivers to Lopes. Lopes sends that ball deep and gone to right field. The Dodgers get 1 back. It's now 3-1. That's Lopes' 4th homer on the year. That went 384 feet. That ball was crushed. Matlack gets off the mound, rubs up the baseball. Grody goes out to have a word with him. Now back behind the plate. Matlack gets back on the rubber. 2 up. Now Bill Russell, 0 for 2. Grody goes through the signs. Here's the pitch to Russell. Russell grounds it to Phillips, over to Milner. So Matlack got that homer out of his mind quickly. Now there's 2 outs, no one on, and Reggie Smith comes to the plate. Reggie Smith, dangerous power hitter, 0 for 1 today. He struck out in the 1st and walked in the 4th. I think we're going to go pitch-by-pitch mode here. We're going to go aggressive on the first pitch, try to get that first pitch strike. Here's the windup and the pitch by Matlack. He grounds it into left field past Randall. A 2-out single. Now the tying run comes to the plate. Ron Cey. So Smith was looking for something over the plate. Try to get out ahead of him. Ron Cey steps to the plate. The Penguin, the Dodger third baseman's 0 for 2 today. Represents the tying run. 2 outs, 1 on. The windup and the pitch to Cey. And he sends that ball to left field into the corner. And Kingman races over and makes the catch. Nice play by Dave Kingman. So the Dodgers score 1. We go to the top of the 7th. The Mets 3. The Dodgers 1. Pitching change as Lee Lacy pinch hit for Tommy John. Now in the game, Elias Sosa. Sosa in 1977, 2 wins, 2 losses, 1 save, an ERA of 1.98. Very good, outstanding, not even very good. And batting average against, 189. The Mets are going to have a terrible time trying to get runs off Sosa. He pitched 63 innings in 1977. In the retro replay, Sosa, no wins, no losses, 1 save. His ERA is 3. And batting average against, 200. He's walked none, struck out 3, and he's given up 2 hits, 1 of them a homer. He's only thrown 3 innings so far. So Lenny Randall comes to the plate. Randall's 2 for 3. Sosa sets and delivers to Randall. Randall grounds it to Lopes, over to Garvey. 1 away. Felix Millan comes to the plate. Millan struggles against right-handed pitching. So, we're going to have Millan take here. Ball 1. Sosa couldn't find the plate with that slider. Millan to take again. Strike 1. 1-1 count. Felix Millan ready to grip and rip. Yeager goes through the signs. The windup and the pitch by Sosa. And Millan lines it to Garvey. He hit it hard, but right at Garvey at first. So 2 up, 2 down. And Mike Vail comes to the plate. Mets right fielder, 0 for 3 today, and he struggles mightily against right-handed pitching. He only batted 160 in 1977 against right-handed pitching, but because the Mets have such a big lead, well, not a big lead, for the Mets it's a big lead, they don't score a lot of runs, they have a 2-run lead. He's their best defensive right fielder. He's going to stay in the game right now. The windup and the pitch by Sosa. Failed to take. Strike one. Failed to swing away now. Sosa sets and delivers. And Vail strikes out, ending the inning. We go to the bottom of the 7th. The Mets 3, Dodgers 1. 2 up for LA. Garvey, Monday, and Baker. Matlack is up to 90 pitches. His threshold is 125. He's pitched a fine game so far. His one hiccup, the home run to Davey Lopes in the bottom of the 6th. Garvey's 0 for 2. Matlack sets and delivers to Garvey. That ball sent out to Kingman, and that way over his head and gone. As it just kept going up, up and away like a beautiful balloon, settling into the left field stands. So it's now 3-2. Matlack has given up 2 solo shots in back-to-back innings. And Rick Monday comes to the plate. Monday 0 for 2. Mets get some pitchers starting to loosen up in their bullpen. Grody once again goes out to the mound, has a word with Matlack. So that's his second hiccup of the game. He doesn't want to have a third. Grody goes through the signs. Matlack nods his head. The windup and the pitch to Monday. And he strikes him out. So 1 out. Dusty Baker comes to play. Baker's a home run threat here. Dusty's 0 for 1. Grounded to third in the 3rd inning. Walked in the 5th. The windup and the pitch to Baker. And that ball goes out to left field, but goes foul. Baker crunched it, but then it curved at the last second, foul. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Let's see if we can get Baker to chase here. We're going to try to hit the outside corner. The windup and the pitch by Matlack. Nope. He does not chase. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're now in pitch-by-pitch mode. Actually, we're going to get out of pitch-by-pitch mode. 2-2 count. Grody goes through the sign. The windup and the pitch to Baker. The grounded to Randall, over to Milner. Inning over. But the Dodgers score another run on the Steve Garvey homer and creep ever so close. The Mets cling to a 3-2 lead here in the top of the 8th. 2 up for the Mets. Jerry Grody, Lee Mazzilli, and Dave King Kong Kingman. Oh, what happened there? It is my faux pas. It's only 2 outs in this inning. I apologize. I jumped ahead of myself. So, with 2 outs, no one on, Steve Yeager comes to the plate. Dodger catcher 0 for 2. I was so intent on getting Baker out and maintaining the lead, I lost track of the outs, my friends. So here's the windup and the pitch to Yeager. Grounded to, past Randall. Into left field. Kingman retrieves it and throws it back in the infield. So Yeager represents a tying run at first. I hope I didn't jinx the Mets with what I did. As Max Cornelius says, uh-oh, here comes the Dodgers. And it did help Max Cornelius that I forgot the number of outs. So Elio Sosa steps to the plate. They're definitely going to pinch hit for him. So I will click pitch. 2 outs, Yeager at first. I doubt he's hitting. And here's a pinch hitter. To pinch hit, the right-handed batting Ted Martinez. Martinez does not have a hit in the retro replay season so far. In actuality, Martinez hit .299. 1 home run, 10 RBIs, and 137 at-bats. And Martinez, wow, he hit .370 off left-handed pitching. Ouch. So we have 2 outs in the 8th, and we might go Skip Lockwood here. We might go to the closer. Let's just see how many. I'm going to check out our bullpen here. Lockwood can go 45 pitches. He got the save yesterday. Righties are only hitting .205 off of him. And off Matlack, right-handers are hitting .285. So we have Martinez, who hits .370 off left-handed pitchers. Matlack's a left-handed pitcher. Matlack gives up against right-handed batters a .285 average. We're coming with Skip Lockwood. the closer. Try to get 5 outs here. No, what am I saying? This is only the bottom of the 7th. Oh boy. Who else do we have to come on and possibly get this last out of this inning? Bob Apodaca, 242 off right-handed pitching. Or we can go to Lockwood now. This is the big moment in the game. And then I can mix and match to try to... We're going to go to Skip Lockwood. And Lockwood will come in for Matlack. And now we're going to take Jerry Vale. We're going to take Vale out of the game. Mike Vale. Even though he's our best defensive right fielder. Because Grody's up. Grody's going to lead off that inning, correct? Yes. So, Lockwood will go in the 3 spot. We're going with a double switch. And to play right field, Ed Kranepool. Big drop off. But that's what we're going to do. Kranepool to go into play right field. Double switch. Lockwood's in. Big moment in the game here. 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th. The Dodgers down 1, 3-2. Garvey hit that solo homer to lead off the inning to make it 3-2. And the final numbers, well, Matlack is responsible for the runner at first. So Matlack, responsible for the runner at first, had pitched 6 2/3, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned. They were home runs, walked 2, struck out 6 through 110 pitches. And Tommy John went 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 2 walks, 5 Ks. Sosa went 1 inning with 1 K. So here we go. 2 outs. Yeager, the tying run at first. The pinch hitter, Ted Martinez, is up. Skip Lockwood comes in from the pen to try to get this last out of the bottom of the 7th. Ed Kranepool on the double switch goes to right. Moment of truth. Lockwood sets and delivers. That ball goes deep to center, and Mazzilli makes the catch at the wall. So Martinez gave it a ride, but Mazzilli made the catch. The ball stays in the ballpark. Inning over. Threat averted. Wow. We go the top of the 8th. Mets clinging by their fingernails to a 3-2 lead over the Dodgers. Due up for the Mets, Grote, Mazzilli, and Kingman. So Grote does not hit right-handed pitching. And we're going to go to our bench. The Mets carried 3 catchers in 77. And we're going to go with Ron Hodges will come into the game and pinch hit and stay in to catch. Ron Hodges hit 265 in 77 off right-handed pitching. So Hodges comes in. There's Ron Hodges. On the retro replay, he's hitting 364 in limited playing time. No home runs, 2 RBIs. In actuality, Hodge hit in total 265. 1 home run and 5 RBIs in 117 at-bats. The new pitcher for the Dodgers, Mike Garman, a former Red Sox, as you can see. Garman in 1977, 4 wins, 4 losses, 12 saves, very respectable. 2.73 ERA, pretty good. Batting average against, 254. Struck out 29, walked 22. He gave up 7 home runs, though, 60 hits. On the retro replay, 1 win, no losses, 1 save. He's thrown 2 innings. He's given up 1 hit, struck out 1. Batting average against, 143. Hodge to take. Here's the pitch by Garman. Strike 1. In there with that fastball, outside corner. No balls, 1 strike. Hodge to grip and rip. Here's the windup and the pitch by Garman. Hodge grounds it up the middle. Russell dives, gets up and throws to Garvey, robbing Hodges of a hit. One away, and Lee Mazzilli steps to the plate. Mets center fielder 1 for 3 today. And I think Mazzilli's at 8 for a bunter. They're playing normal. We're going to try to drop a bunt down here for a hit. Here's the pitch by Garman. Mazzilli drops a bunt down, and they just get him. Yeager, a good strong throw to Lopes, covering first, and Mazzilli is out for the second out of the inning. So 2 outs, no one on. Dave Kingman steps to the plate. Kong is 1 for 2. He'd love to go yard here. Yeager goes through the signs, the windup, and the pitch to Kingman. And Kingman grounds it to Russell, over to Garvey. 3 up, 3 down. Garman does his job. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Mets 3, Dodgers 2. Due up for LA. Top of the order, Lopes, Russell, and Smith to face the Mets closer, Skip Lockwood. I don't know if I gave you Lockwood's numbers in 77. I don't think I did. So here they are. Lockwood in 1977, 4 wins, 8 losses, 20 saves, 3.38 ERA. Batting average against 227. Struck out 84, walked 31. In the retro replay, 270 ERA, 2 wins, 2 losses, 4 saves. Struck out 19, walked 1, batting average against 208. The windup. Oh yeah, I need a catcher before we do anything. Hodges will come in to catch. There we go. So the battery of Lockwood and Hodges to face Lopes, Russell, and Smith. Hodges goes through the signs. Here's the pitch to Lopes. Fouled. So, 0-2 count. We're playing 1 pitch mode right now. Lockwood sets and delivers. And he strikes out Davey Lopes. Strikeout number 20 on the year. As Lopes goes back to the bench, Bill Russell steps to the plate. Dodgers shortstop 0 for 3. Lockwood ready. The windup and the pitch to Russell. Ground ball to Lockwood, who goes to Milner. So 2 up, 2 down, and the dangerous Reggie Smith comes to the plate. Power hitting right fielder, the switch hitter, will be batting left-handed against the right-handed pitching Lockwood. Smith 1 for 2. Struck out in the first, walked in the 4th, and grounded out. And singled in the 6th. Lockwood gets the sign. He sets and delivers to Reggie Smith. That ball goes out to Kranepool, who comes on it in right field, makes the catch for out number 3. So Lockwood gets the Mets to the top of the 9th, maintaining that 1-run lead. 3-2 New York. Due up for the Mets, Milner, Phillips, and Kranepool. Garman back out on the mound for the Dodgers. Milner 1 for 3. Lefty-righty matchup here. The windup and the pitch to Milner. Milner sends that ball to shallow left field. Baker comes in, makes the catch. Out number 1. Phillips comes to the plate. Phillips does not hit right-handed pitching at all. So we're going to go a pinch hitter here. And we're going to go with Bruce Bosclair. 1977, 293 average off right-handed pitching. No, I'm sorry, that was in total. 309 average off right-handed pitching. So Bruce Bosclair will come in to pinch hit. Lefty-righty matchup here. Let's see if the Dodgers try to match it out of the bullpen. So Bosclair to swing away. Yeager goes through the signs, the windup, and the pitch to Bosclair. And Bosclair works himself a walk, a 1-out walk. That's a very important insurance run on first base if they can knock him in. Ed Kranepool steps to the plate. Kranepool on the year, on the retro replay, 288, no home runs, 5 RBIs. In actuality, Kranepool at an advanced age hit .281, 10 home runs and 40 RBIs. Off right-handed pitching in 77, Kranepool hit for a .291 average. Ross Flair at first, one down, the windup and the pitch to Kranepool. And Kranepool grounds to Garman. That's going to be a double play, inning over. As that went Garman to Russell to Garvey. So now we go to the bottom of the ninth. Mets leading the Dodgers 3-2. Lockwood still on the mound looking to close it out. He'll face Say, Garvey, and Monday. The Mets need a shortstop now. And it'll be Harrelson. Bud Harrelson will come in to play short. Lockwood's thrown 22 pitches. His threshold is 45. Still looking pretty strong. Ron Say 0 for 3. He is a home run threat, though, as he hit 30 home runs in 1977. Lockwood sets and delivers to Say. That ball's grounded to Harrelson, over to Milner. One down. So Harrelson comes in and is quickly in the action. So one out, no one on. Steve Garvey comes to plate. Garvey homered in the 7th to pull the Dodgers to within 1. Again, Garvey's a home run threat. 33 homers in 1977. Lockwood gets the sign from Hodges. The windup and the pitch to Garvey. And he strikes out Garvey! Looking. That's Lockwood's 21st strikeout on the year. To 1 walk. And now Rick Monday, the Dodgers' last gasp hope to keep this inning alive. Monday 0 for 3, lefty-righty matchup here. The windup and the pitch by Lockwood. And that ball is lined to Milner! Game over! The Mets take the second game of the series 3-2. They've taken the first 2 games of the series over the Dodgers. Outstanding! So the Mets will now go to 1 game under 500, 10 wins, 11 losses. The Dodgers will fall to 14-10. So, the winning pitcher, Jon Matlack, 2 wins, 2 losses. The losing pitcher, Tommy John, falls to 3 wins and 2 losses. The save goes to Skip Lockwood, who gets the most valuable player. Player of the game, Skip Lockwood. And I'll bring the box score up in a moment. Bear with me. Let me get the box score up here. You should be seeing the box score momentarily. Max Cornelius says, wow, nice win for the Mets. Yes, it is. In this series of games, Max Cornelius, I play as the Red Sox in the American League, and when I want to play a National League game, I play as the Mets. I was playing as the Giants also in the National League. I picked 3 teams, but I wasn't feeling the mojo with the Giants. And I thought I would because I kind of liked the San Francisco Giants in the late 70s. They were one of those teams when we used to watch Game of the Week that would be on once in a while. Plus, way back when, the Springfield, Massachusetts had a farm team from the Giants in the 60s. Or in the 50s, I can't remember, the Springfield Giants. Anyway, let's go to the box score here. Let's do the pitching first. I'd like to first of all say thank you to Max Cornelius. He jumped in chat. I appreciate that. He watched. It was a very good game. The Mets win 3-2. Winning pitcher Jon Matlack now evens his record at 2 wins, 2 losses. Matlack went 6 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned. They were home runs. Walked 2, struck out 6 through 110 pitches. Skip Lockwood gets save number 5. He went 2 1/3 innings. No hits, no runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. For the Dodgers, Tommy John took the loss. He's now 3-2. John went 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, all in the first inning. The Mets did threaten a couple more times, but never scored. They were all earned. No home runs, 2 walks, 5 Ks. Sosa came in, pitched an inning, clean slate with 1 K. And Garman came in, pitched a pretty clean slate. No runs, no hits, 1 walk. Skip Lockwood was player of the game. Go to batting. Mets, the first inning, the Mets scored 3 runs, and that was enough behind Matlack and Lockwood. Lenny Randall for the Mets went 2 for 4, 1 run scored. Mian went 1 for 3, walked once. Vail, who's in there to hit left-handed pitching, went 0 for 4 and struck out once. Lockwood went into that slot, but he never got an at-bat. Grody, 1 for 3. Again, Grody predominantly only plays against left-handed pitching. Scored a run and had an RBI. Hodges came in to pinch hit and catch, 0 for 1. Mazzilli, 1 for 4. 1 run scored, 1 RBI, struck out once. He had a double. Kingman 1 for 3 with a walk. Milner 1 for 4 with an RBI. So the RBIs were Grody, Mazzilli, and Milner. Phillips, again in there because of left-handed pitching, 0 for 3. Bosclair, the pinch hitter, walked. Harrelson came in for defensive purposes in the 9th, did not get an at-bat. And John Matlack, the pitcher, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Ed Kranepool came in as a defensive replacement on the double switch, was 0 for 1. Max Cornelius said, fun game to watch. Thank you very much. It was. I usually play pretty good games with the Mets because you have to figure out how to try to score runs. They're not a really offensive-minded team. Their pitching's not bad. And unfortunately, I'm going to be losing Tom Seaver in Retro World in a couple of weeks because in '77, the Mets so brilliantly traded him to the Cincinnati Reds in one of the worst trades ever for Pat Zachary, Doug Flynn, and a couple other guys who I can't remember. For the Dodgers, Davey Lopes, 2 for 4, a run scored, 1 RBI. He had a home run, struck out once. Russell 0 for 4, 1 K. Smith 1 for 3, 1 walk, 1 K. Say 0 for 4. Garvey had the other home run, 1 for 4 with a run scored, RBI, struck out once. Monday 0 for 3, struck out 3 times. Rick Monday struck out 6 times in 2 games. That's struggling. Dusty Baker 0 for 2 with a walk. Yeager 1 for 3 with a strikeout. Tommy John 0 for 1. Lacey, the pinch hitter, 0 for 1. Sosa did not get an at-bat, the pitcher. Martinez 0 for 1, the pinch hitter. And Garman did not get an at-bat. Let's go to a quick recap. The Mets scored 3 runs in the first inning. They sent 8 batters to the plate. 4 hits and 1 walk. Grody singled, scoring Randall to take the lead 1-0. Mazzilli doubled, scoring Grody, 2-0 Mets. Milner singled, scoring Mazzilli, 3-0 Mets. That's all the scoring the Mets needed and did. They did threaten a few other times, but didn't score. The Dodgers scored 1 run on 2 hits in the 6th, a Lopes solo home run. Then right again in the 7th, a solo home run by Garvey, 3-2, and that's how the game ended, 3-2. Davey Lopes 2 for 4 with a home run. John Matlack the win, Lockwood the save, Tommy John the loss. This is Al Red Sox fan saying thank you very much for watching. Big shout out to Max Cornelius in the chat. He said it was a fun game to watch. He said that's cool. I'm going to be coming back in about 5 to 10 minutes with a Red Sox Seattle Mariner game from 1977. That's the second game of this doubleheader on Tuesday night. So, if you like this, hit the like button. If you want, share. If you're not a subscriber and you want to, subscribe. That's always great. But most of all, come back. Share your thoughts on baseball or anything else. But we're in baseball mode now. What are some of your favorite teams, favorite memories? What do you like about baseball then and now? Jump in the chat if we're live. Or leave a comment if you're watching it on demand. So once again, thank you very much to Max Cornelius jumping in the chat. Much appreciated. Till next time, health and happiness. See you soon. Take care. Bye-bye. God bless.